today is just a space bun kind of day, you know? Messy hair, don't care. Hello and welcome to a new studio vlog. I am filming a new studio vlog, even though I haven't finished editing the last one. I have so much editing to do, it is crazy, but that's always a good problem to have. It means I have videos banked and ready to go, but I have several YouTube videos that I need to edit. Studio vlog, July favorites video, Hobonichi cover collage, all of those need to get edited for YouTube. And then I have several Patreon videos that I also need to edit. I even have several Occupied Oracle episodes that I'm just sitting on that I also need to edit, but those take me a really long time to edit and a lot of brain power, and I don't know if I'm quite mentally prepared for that at this current moment. I've been a very busy little bee over the long weekend, Labor Day weekend, having a shop launch of new merch, all of the tarot prints and tarot stickers, and then packing said orders that came in, which was quite a lot. And I'm so grateful for it. I'm so grateful for it. Thank you if you placed an order. But you know, I am a one-woman rodeo over here. So it's, as I choke on my spit saying that, I am a one-woman rodeo over here. So it's a lot when I'm dealing with a high amount of orders. And this was also kind of the first time too that I have this much stuff in my shop. So some orders could have, you know, like 15 to 20 items in it, which is just, it takes longer for me to like pick all of the items and then package things as need be and get them in the proper, you know, box or shipping envelope. So it took me a little bit longer, but thankfully James really helped me out a lot in watching Roman over the weekend so that I could just get all the orders done and packed up. I'll show you what they look like. I have several bags of orders over there that is like ready to go to the post office. But what's nice is that I'm kind of starting my new week here with my orders already done. And I was bracing myself thinking that this week was gonna be spent packing orders, and that is not the case, and I'm very happy about it. Not that I would even show you that, because I never show packing orders in my vlogs, because frankly, I think it's very boring to watch people pack Etsy orders. So I will never torture you with that content here. But just know, I spent the weekend doing it, and it took forever. But as I said, thank you if you have placed an order. If you're still interested in any of the tarot prints, they are all still available. So I still have plenty of tarot prints. It seems there's two that I'm a little bit low on, the sun and the star. I would grab those if that's something that you've got your eye on, but I have plenty of the other ones. Most of the tarot stickers, however, are sold out. I think there's like a handful here and there of maybe like one design, but I think 90% of all the stickers are already sold out. I will have a small restock of them. And when I say small, like 5 of each design, because I always put some to the side when I do launches like this in case there's a issue with orders or I need to replace a sticker. You just never know. But I will list that sort of backup inventory in a couple weeks probably, when I know that this big batch of orders has gone where it needs to go. My ring light is really bright in my face. Maybe I should back up a little bit. But anywho, kicking off the new week here, gonna get myself situated in my planner, and then probably try to make some art in between editing. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna be in this studio vlog, but that's what we're doing. That's what we're dabbling in. In book news, I finished ACOTAR. You can see my review on Goodreads. I haven't written my full review at this current time that I'm filming this, but I did end up enjoying book 1. It took some time to get there. It took some time to get there. I had to get to like the 60% mark until things actually started happening with the story. But overall, I did end up enjoying the book once it started actually happening. But I did just start book 2 last night. I'm barely into it, but I'm very excited. And I love that it picks up right where we left off for the most part. So this has kind of been the new beast that I've been carrying around, and she's big. She's big. She's bigger than the first one. Who knew? I'm a fantasy book girly now. Who knew? Of course, I'm reading a bunch of other things, but you know, I'm not a booktuber, so I'm not gonna get into it, at least at this current moment. Maybe we'll talk books a little bit later. Here's a look at all the orders that I packed up over the weekend. This was my first time actually shipping stuff in like boxes. I had to assemble these boxes together because, you know, these prints are big. They're 6x11 prints. And when someone orders like all 6 prints, it's a little too chunky for these like rigid envelopes that I use. So I had to get some boxes, which made it a lot easier to kind of package those orders with a lot of stuff up. But yeah, look at all these orders. Look at them all. This took me forever, but I'm really happy and I'm looking forward to dropping this off at the post office later today. In other news, I've gone overboard in purchasing friendship bracelet stuff for 2 reasons. Number 1 is that my mom and I are probably gonna go see the Taylor Swift concert in the theaters, the movie that's coming out in October. I actually went to the concert by myself, which was a crazy experience here in LA at SoFi Stadium. I vlogged that for Patreon, so if you want to see that vlog of me going to the Taylor Swift concert by myself, that is over on Patreon. My mom, I think, wants to go see it in theaters. I'm really excited that it's coming out, and I kind of down to see it again, to be honest. And just to experience it in a movie theater, I think will be kind of interesting. So I needed to restock my friendship bracelet stuff. So I got, because I did make a bunch for the concert. So I got some new ones for that so that I can make some for myself and for my mom. And then I kind of went overboard in getting a bunch of different ones because I want to make some to take with me to Disneyland. Because it seems to be kind of a little trend that people are kind of making these friendship bracelets for all sorts of things. Like I know people are making them for like Not Scary Farm and horror nights and all sorts of stuff. But I saw a TikTok a while ago of someone who was making them for cast members at Walt Disney World. And I just thought that was the sweetest idea. So I thought, you know what? I kind of want to make some to take with me to Disneyland. I'm going to Disney tomorrow actually because I need to go pick up something for a friend of mine. So it's like, I'm on a mission. I'm not really there to like have fun, but I thought maybe I could whip some up and take some with me then. We also have another trip planned with friends for dinner at Club 33. So I thought it might be fun to make some bracelets for that too, that both me and my girlfriend can give to cast members that I thought would be really cute. Like ones that say cast member and like magic maker and CM and just, you know, I love cast members and they work so hard. Like I could never be a cast member. Like the amount of patience you need to be a cast member is just unbelievable. So I love this idea of like making little bracelets and giving it to them. I just think is really sweet. Am I gonna be too nervous / anxious to actually like approach a cast member and give them one? Probably, but why not have a couple just at the ready in case I'm feeling socially confident and want to give someone one. So yeah, maybe at some point I'll be making friendship bracelets in this vlog. I don't know. It's a fun activity nonetheless. Okay, remember how I said I wasn't gonna become a booktuber? I feel like I'm becoming a booktuber. It's okay. This is a healthy addiction. I was telling this to James last night. This is a good thing. This is a good addiction for me to have, especially because it has been replacing my screen time. No regrets.
No regrets.
All right, so I think you've just been watching clips of me working this past week or so. I've been dabbling in a lot of different things. Mostly I'm trying to really catch up. I'm trying to really just catch up on my videos. Video editing, I've been on my computer a lot. Editing videos, filming videos. I'm filming a couple things over here. I'm filming my August favorites video for YouTube. I've also been filming a huge 5-year journal catch-up video for Patreon. I got really behind on my 5-year journal, but I have a bit of a strategy that I use for when I do fall behind, and I kind of film that process a bit over on Patreon. So anything 5-year journal related is over there because it does have some personal things in it, and I don't really want that living on YouTube. So yeah, I've been filming that 5-year journal video. Been editing like crazy. I just got a mid-year check-in video done. I just got done editing a bunch of shorts for YouTube. I'm finally learning and accepting that this short form video thing is not going anywhere, and I have to just embrace it and roll with it. So that is what I've been doing. So yeah, you've just been seeing little snippets. Something else you saw me work on over the weekend, actually. It was like my best friend's birthday over the weekend, and she is a big Disney nerd like myself. She goes to the parks more than I do, if you can believe it. I wanted to make some hand-painted gift wrap for her present, which I know is probably a little crazy, I know, but I had done something previously for her and her kiddo. You might have seen the TikTok or short that I did with the little painted beignet wrapping paper. They actually saved the wrapping paper and used it as part of like their framed artwork on like their Disney wall, which was really sweet. So I wanted to kind of do it again, but with a different pattern. So I did these sort of like pastel pumpkins that actually I had seen on like a fanny pack fabric pattern or something. I saw it online, so I can't take credit for that particular like color combo or design. There's a pre-existing like bag company that has that pattern, but I figured it was for personal use. I could paint it on wrapping paper. It wasn't that big of a deal. It took me forever, but it did turn out in the end very cute. So I was happy with the final result. Painting wrapping paper, filming videos, editing videos. That's pretty much been my life the past few days. And in between that has been books. So let's take a minute to talk about some books that I just finished and some new ones that I picked up. So this is books with bun moment here, okay? I don't know if I have the courage yet to like full blown make book videos, but I'm getting pretty darn close. I actually think after this, I might film a little TikTok of my September, October TBR list, or my book pile at least, that I would like to read. I don't know. I'm also very much a mood reader, so I jump around between books a lot. Anywho, I thought I would talk about 2 books that I just finished this last week and some new ones that I picked out that I'm very excited about. We have Notes on an Execution by Danya Kukafka. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing her last name right. I'm not entirely sure. I feel like I'm behind the times on this a little bit. Obviously this book came out a while ago, but I feel like a lot of people were talking about it and I just kept running into it. I would see it, you know, on the table at my Barnes & Noble, and I totally got roped in. See, this is why I don't have book videos yet, is that I'm still learning how to talk about books out loud. So it's gonna go in my studio vlogs for right now. I really enjoyed this book. This was a 4 out of 5 stars for me. Almost a 5-star, almost a 5-star. Essentially, it is about a man on death row, and you learn about his life and his crimes through the various perspective of women that have been sort of pivotal characters, or women that have been in his life. You follow the perspective from his mother, from a detective, from the sister of one of his victims, and it's just a really interesting way to create and tell a story, and doing it through sort of these victims, again, females that were in his life, is just a really creative, unique way of telling the story. And I think that's what makes this book so special, is that it was really unlike anything else that I've ever read as far as the way that it's structured. It's beautifully written, just absolutely beautiful. There were a number of things that I pulled quotes out of this and put it into my phone. This is why I need a bigger Hobonichi for next year, because I plan on writing down book quotes. Just some really beautiful moments in this book, and at times obviously very challenging to read. The subject matter, you know, it's a little intense. Some perspectives are a little bit more challenging to read than others. I know for me, you know, I'm not getting into any spoilers here, but for me, the perspective of his mother was particularly challenging for me to get through. It just was really sad. It just was really sad and just really hard as a mom to read that. It was very challenging to sort of get through some moments in her story. Although this book is beautiful and it's so unique and it's so well written and I highly recommend it, it did lose a star for me because it was kind of, there was one particular perspective that I thought dragged on a little bit too long. They got a little too meandery, not in a good way, towards the end. So that's where it kind of lost a star for me, but still a beautiful book. Highly recommend. I would give it a go, but just know that maybe look up the trigger warnings on this, or just know that there are definitely moments where it's a bit of a heavy read. Another reason why I'm sharing these books as well is because I'm passing them on to my girlfriend. So I want to show them in the video before they are no longer in my paws. I'm a big fan. My other bookish friend and I, we trade books, and I don't really care so much about like keeping a book unless it's something that like I really loved or I've annotated. I'm all about passing on the books. I think that it's more fun that way. Another book that I read this week, I actually read this in a week. Who am I? What is wrong with me? I can't believe that I've become a book person who now I finish books in a week. Who am I? And I know you're asking me, how do I finish these books so quickly? Sorry for the glare of my glasses. It's just I'm in front of a lot of screens right now. And I know you're wondering, like, how am I getting through these books so fast? I said it in my last video and I said it again. I've replaced all of my screen time, my phone time, my TV time with reading books. I'm not watching TV, I'm reading. I'm easily reading 3 hours a day, probably collectively. So yeah, reading 3 hours a day, you are gonna get through books in a week. I actually stayed up late last night finishing this one because I was so close to being done. This is In the Likely Event by Rebecca Yarros. If that author's name looks familiar, it's because it is the author of Fourth Wing, the book that has just been blowing up. It blew up over TikTok, over Book Talk, BookTube, all the things. I read it, I loved it. Big Fourth Wing fan over here, so I wanted to read some of the other books by the same author. Obviously, this is a very different genre. It is very much a romance book, and I would put it in the like military romance, second chances, forced proximity sort of situation. But you know what? It was a good time. It was a good time. I loved the way that the story is formatted. You're sort of bouncing between different points in time. I really enjoyed the two characters. I was rooting for them, and I liked them together and I liked them separately, which you know is the key, I think, with romance books. I thought the story was great. I like her writing style. It's just like very much like a comfort read, like an easy good time romance book. This is a good time. I really did enjoy it. I think I just like Rebecca Yarros's writing style because it's very easy. It's easy to settle into, easy to visualize. Her characters are very well developed and put together. Just a good time. Just a good time. A fun romance book with some fun spice, if I must say. Rebecca Yarros does know how to write spice. And not like throwaway spice. You gotta work for it a little bit, but the payoff is great. So, would recommend. I rated this 4 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it. That's the books that I finished from this past week. I did want to share 2 new books that I got this week that I'm very excited about. One of which is Rouge by Mona Awad. I'm so excited for this book. I'm excited for this because I really loved Bunny. Bunny by Mona Awad I read earlier this year. It was a wild, weird ride and I was totally here for it. I read that book on audio and I just really loved it. So I really want to read all of the other books from her. All's Well is on my list. That was an older one before Bunny. And then Rouge is her newest book that literally just came out. It just came out this week. I had to go get it. I'm not the biggest fan of going and buying brand new hardcover books, but that tells you how much I enjoyed Bunny, that I have high hopes for this one. I think it's gonna be weird. Honestly, I think it's gonna be super weird. Snow White meets Eyes Wide Shut in a surreal descent into the dark side of beauty, envy, grief, and the complicated love between mothers and daughters. Sign me up, pal. I'm ready for it. I am going to be saving this, I think, for October. I have a few other things that I want to try to knock out this month. I'm also going to be probably buddy reading this with my friend Kelsey. I will put a link down to her YouTube channel below. So I got to at least reach out to Kelsey and see when she wants to read this because we both are big Bunny fans. That will make for a really fun little buddy read. Okay, next, I'm super excited. I got roped into Book of the Month. Not sponsored. Please, Book of the Month. Sponsor me, okay? Thanks. I got roped in. I have been following Book of the Month books for a couple months now, just seeing what other people pick up and read. And a number of the books that have been featured in this subscription are things that are on my wish list. So I finally just caved. I found like a discount code and I got this for $9.99 and I couldn't say no. So I was really excited about this particular pick, the thriller pick for September. Signed up and here it is. And I could not be more excited. I have two very fun packages arriving today. It is my book of the month package and my Hobonichi order comes today, which I'm really excited about. Stay tuned for a Hobonichi unboxing. That will be its own video. But this is my first time doing book of the month. I'm so excited. Oh my God. Who am I? Who am I? It's crazy. Oh, see. Oh, wow, look at that. Wow. Wow. Flipping through this though, I will say, tomorrow. I know a lot of people love this book. I hated this book. I hated it. Is there anyone else out there that didn't like that book? I feel like everyone loved it and I was like, okay. Ooh, I'm excited. Okay, so here is the book for this month, which I'm very excited about, which I'm immediately adding to my pile. This book is giant. The Stranger Upstairs. I'm very excited about this. I think this is a debut book from this author, if I remember correctly. Oh, the author has a pug. Okay, we're off to a great start. I don't know that much about it, but I do know a chick moves into a house and some weird stuff starts happening. It's haunted or there's someone living there. I don't know what's going on. I don't know, but I'm here for it. Most people wouldn't buy an infamous murder house to renovate for fun, but Sarah Slade is not most people. Sign me up. I'm ready. Stranger Upstairs. I'm adding this to my pile immediately because I need something spooky. Although I'm reading Haunting Adeline, which is horrifying in its own right. I'm adding this to my pile and I'm very excited about it. So, ooh. I always gotta take a whiff. Anyhow, there you go. That is my book corner with Bun here. Books with Bun. I don't know. Again, I am this close to making separate book videos. If that is something you guys want to see, let me know in the comment section down below. Otherwise, follow me on TikTok. I'm gonna go film a little TBR thing over there. But yeah, good day for mail. Good day for mail. My goodness, it is a very gloomy day outside. It actually feels like fall. It's really nice. Hello, it's actually Saturday morning. I've got a busy day ahead of actually trying to get some work done. The kiddo is at grandma's house today. Once a month he does a little sleepover there and he absolutely loves it. He looks forward to it, like the whole month he looks forward to it. It's a very fun thing. But it's great for us, obviously, as parents, because I usually work a lot, so I try to just shove as much work as I can, and then I try to have a little bit of fun later on. So James and I and a couple of friends are meeting at Disneyland later, so we're doing a big a big adult Disney date night sort of thing, which, by the way, let me show you this. I've been making friendship bracelets like a crazy person, and I made a whole batch of new ones for tonight's Disney trip. The last batch that I made, most of them I ended up giving away to cast members. And I don't know if I mentioned it in this vlog or not, but they absolutely loved it. It was really sweet. I got some really just fun reactions from cast members as I gave them bracelets, and I just would like show them my arm like, hey, pick a bracelet. A number of them would like hug me and was like, oh my God, that's so sweet. Oh, that's amazing. They just were like caught off guard and didn't see it coming, so it was just really cute. But I tried to do some kind of fun ones this time around. A couple of ones that I will highlight because I think that they're really cute. This is as cute as it's gonna get. Obviously I've made a massive pile of them, so I have made tons of them. But I did make some special ones. I made one for Zero, the dog from Nightmare Before Christmas, and I try to color coordinate them so they're like the same color as, you know, the character or whatever it is. I had a Zero one last time I went and it was really, someone grabbed it like right away, so I wanted to make another one. I made one that says Goat Stare with Big Thunder Mountain sort of colors. This is a reference specifically to the attraction. I did this like spooky doom buggy one, and I did it like all black, obviously for like a black doom buggy. I have a little tiki room one. I just was having way too much fun coming up with all these different ideas. Lots of Haunted Mansion ones, which were also popular when I gave them away last time. Ghost Host, Hurry Back. Yeah, I have several Ghost Host ones. I did one for Harold, the Yeti on the Matterhorn. We've got Madame Leota. I did a couple of Jungle Cruise Skipper ones. I did some fun like Club 33 ones, including Alfred, who, by the way, I have pencil on my hands. I was sketching earlier. I did a fun one for Alfred. He's like the vulture that's in Club 33. I even did some like fancy little Club 33 ones, which I just think is really fun. So I'm just having a blast making these. And the best part of it, of course, is giving them out when I'm in the parks, and it's just really nice. Like, cast members bust their butt, and I could never be a cast member, and it's just like, just a nice way to say thank you and just like, I appreciate you. And it's really fun to do, especially when you're like waiting in line or whatever. You can like hand them out and just have fun. So yeah, I got a new little pile that is coming with me later tonight, and I'm very excited about it. So all those beads I got were really great. Ended up being a nice fun combination of stuff. If I remember, I will put them in my Amazon favorites, or I'll link down below the bead kits that I've been using to make these. But yeah, before I start talking about friendship bracelets, before this, what you were watching actually was me attending my in-person drawing club. You guys have heard me talk about this for a while now, and my patrons especially, because I've taken my patrons with me a couple of times in vlogs over there. The latest news of my in-person drawing group is that the gallery, or the museum space that basically hosts this drawing meeting every week, is closing down. Like, not the group itself, like the museum art experience is turning into like a mobile exhibit where they kind of pop up around LA and kind of take over different spaces and whatnot. But the current gallery space that they're in is getting moved out. So they're moving out of that space and moving into something else. So it was kind of, it was a little bittersweet because it was the last time meeting in that space altogether. And I've been part of this group for over a year now, and it just was like, it just was a big bummer. So that's kind of why there was some extra hoopla of like, there was pastries and coffee, and we all kind of brought some of our work to kind of share. So it was like a little gallery show of our own kind of thing. Why we took like a big group picture together and all of that was because it was our last sort of meeting. So I don't know what's gonna happen as for that group. I think it's gonna become into like a monthly sort of situation where we meet once a month, and maybe for it's a longer period of time, but it's gonna be at a different location. So it's like, it's very up in the air, and I just don't know. But what I'm getting to is that I have made a few friends in this drawing group, of course, and I want to share the story for a future video that I'm doing. But let me just say this: when one door closes, one tiny little dollhouse door opens. Stay tuned, folks. I have so much to tell you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Also, I want to say thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, consider subscribing. I put out a new video every week. Needless to say, I think I have a pretty fun little new video series that's going to be coming to the channel soon. Give this video a like if you liked it. And thank you again for watching. As always, I appreciate you just hanging out here on the channel, and I appreciate you watching my videos. So thank you, and I will see you guys very soon.